And good evening, everybody.
Good
We are
evening.
live. We are here. We're streaming around the world. This is Spanning the Globe on another cold Thursday night.
Very cold.
Very
Oh, it
cold.
is.
Uh,
Luckily, I got the heat on. And so, Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Fine, Lane. How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good today.
Good.
Oh,
to my left, to your right is Mr. Andy B, and then below me, of course, is Mr. Lane Crooks.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing
Feeling
good.
pretty
Doing
good.
good.
Throat hurts a little bit tonight, but I'm doing good.
I am
There
out
you
of
go.
quarantine officially.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Say hello to our viewers, Mr. Jeff. Good evening. Drew,
Hey,
thank you for
Drew.
joining us again.
Great.
Uh, I was gonna show this off at the top of the show, but I'll go ahead and do it right now. I was gonna do it right after the intro, but I want to explain this. So I took a bump a couple of years ago. I want to show
Uh-oh.
that. Yeah, watch this.
Oh my. Who is
And I
Oh,
live to tell the tale.
you? You are here today. You're
I'm
hey.
here
Good.
today. Yeah. Good evening, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Always good to have Ben watching.
Well, I'm glad you survived, Mark.
I did. Yeah. Here's what's funny about that. It didn't really hurt, but it jarred me pretty good. But I had to take my keys, my wallet, everything in my pockets, and I laid him in the corner. So when he picked me up, he turned me and then slammed me down. So when I got up, I walked to the wrong corner to get my stuff. I was
Uh-oh.
disoriented. So
Whoops.
what's up? Yeah, I know. Sold it. Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. That was my I guess my dues to pay for helping set up the ring. So
yeah.
he said you'll have to take a bump. I said okay. It was either
Mhm.
that or a suplex, and that was a little bit lower to the ground. So
Yeah, I would have gone with that too.
yeah. Hey Curtis.
Hey, Curtis.
Curtis.
Curtis got a strap for me very recently. And speaking of straps, I want to do the belt of the week, and this is going to be a little bit different because I have finished the giveaway belt we're going to give away after we hit 1,000 members. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do the giveaway, but the belt is finished, and I'm going to show you it live here in a second. But I did the video. There's Tony. Hello,
Hey,
Tony,
Tony.
our Nova Scotia friend. So I'm going to show the belt of the week, which is the giveaway belt. So
Very, very nice, by the way. Just
It
wait.
is.
Just
Very
wait till you see it, everybody.
let's see on the other side. Now, I
Very
was
nice.
watching Lane while that was playing. I think Lane likes that belt.
I do.
Very nice. Very well done, Mark.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. The more viewers, the better. Thank you. Now I'm going to show you the actual belt. Hang on. I got two of these, by the way. The only difference between the two is the tooling. I showed Andy before the show. Let me move the microphone out of the way. I'm going to go full screen. I'm learning to do this. All right. Here's the actual belt.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That ox blood really sets it off. But
It really does.
also what sets it off is the backing. It's blue.
That's beautiful.
It's a different shade of blue than the side plates, but it really complements this ox blood.
Sure does.
This is the giveaway belt. Let me show you the tooling on this.
Okay.
Get a better angle here. Hold on a second. Okay, that's the tooling. You can't hardly see it because of the plates, but that's the tooling for that one. Now, this is the, I was told it's Jmar tooling. A customer sent me the stamp for this. He said it was Jmar tooling. It's what he wanted in his belt, so he let me keep the stamp. But this is the giveaway belt.
Okay. Okay.
It has a half twin brother. Let me show you the tooling on this one.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, that's nice too.
Yeah, I really like that ox blood.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what's funny about that is, is when I first saw that NWA TV belt, I thought this was the color of the strap. Turns out it was actually bright red, but it was just dirty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
In the
mhm,
picture.
Oh,
exactly.
Didn't
This
know
one, this one is for sale. I'm gonna sell it for $325, which includes shipping. If you're interested, hit me up. Otherwise, I'm gonna post it in the Friday sales post tomorrow. This is by
Won't be
Unique
around
Spirit.
long. Won't be around long. I'll tell you that.
I
No,
wouldn't
it
think so.
won't.
I wouldn't think so. It's a nice belt. I really like this. It's also got the
Mhm.
property plate. I forgot to mention it. It's got the property plate.
Oh,
NWA
okay.
property plate.
Oh, that is. I like that.
But this one's for sale for $325 shipped. I sound like Carmine. Also, I have for sale. Thank you, Drew. Sorry, I forgot to take a comment down. I also got these from Unique Spirit. This set of plates, and I put them on leather. Let me put this on full screen.
Oh, the Lex Luger belt.
Yeah, the Luger NWA US.
One of
This
my
is the
all-time
TV
favorites.
accurate tooling too, by the way.
Oh, mine too. That is. Oh,
Love
I got.
that belt.
I actually got two of these too, but I haven't put the other one on leather yet.
oh.
This one's for sale for $400 shipped.
There you go.
So I will post this for sale in the Friday sales post tomorrow. If you're interested, hit me up. I'm also selling one more. This is the other Luger. This is not the other one like this one. This one has a smaller side plates, slightly smaller, and a little bit different tooling. It's on thinner leather. I put this on leather, and I kind of did a quick job of it. It doesn't have the property plate. Neither of these US have the property plate, but they're very nice plates.
Let's
I like
see,
the I like that NWA stamp on there too.
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
that.
I
That's
love
mine.
Yeah, very nice.
Oh wait, there's one more stamp. Hang on. Behind the it's got an American flag stamp.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, very
oh,
nice.
that
I do
is-
this on all the US belts. The other one has that too.
Mm-hmm.
This was for sale for $325 shipped because the side plates are smaller. So I
Hell
will
of a
post
deal.
that for sale tomorrow too. If unless you're interested, send me a PM. Anyway, enough of the sales. But those all the plates are by Unique Spirit, which by the way I gotta advertise. Unique Spirit on Facebook. That's his name, and it's also his group. He also has a Unique Spirit Facebook group.
I think I follow them now.
Yeah, so follow them. They advertise or they sponsor this show along with Mark Leather, of course, yours truly. Um, so all your releathering needs, and of course, the show would not be possible in this format without a partnership with Brothers of Kayfabe podcast. So they're on Apple Podcasts, and that's their
Okay.
link
Okay.
on Linktree.
And
And also, if you're watching on Facebook, click on the StreamYard link so that your comment shows up with your name. We want to be able to call you by name and give you credit for the comment. Or you can go over to YouTube channel and subscribe to Wide World of Belts. You'll see the show.
I just put the show on. Love those wrestling belts too.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
So if you have friends that love belts and love wrestling, have them join the group, Wide World of Belts on Facebook.
Yeah.
Mhm. Have a lot of fun.
I don't have a Facebook link for that on this banner. Anyway, so what's the weather like in Cincinnati?
Very cold.
What am I doing on Facebook?
Yeah, very cold, and I'm glad to be inside.
me too. It was
We got
nice.
3 inches of snow yesterday.
I saw that in your video. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go to the dentist this morning.
Oh
Uh,
boy,
had to
icing on the
drive
cake.
35 miles in that crap
Oh,
for
of all
cleaning.
places to go too, the dentist. Ugh.
Yeah. I was actually dreading the dentist more than I was the drive. We had icy roads, but I made it there okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you happen to see the new AEW everybody's getting?
the what?
The new AEW, the
Oh,
official.
yeah, I did see that. Tony, I'm going to send you a link. Hang on.
I think I saw that.
I was
Tony
kind
wants
of
to join the
surprised
show.
by it's hollow. I was kind of
I
disappointed.
heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks just like the WWE United States, where you open up the back. It's just you can put a whole bunch of candy and snacks in there. It's like a big dish. It's all hollow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Now, does that hurt the weight, or did they have
yeah.
enough
It's
metal?
only it's only like 8 or 9 pounds.
Okay.
Where if it would have been full plates and everything, you're probably talking about I don't know, 16 pounds.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I understand the wrestlers that they were thrilled to have run around with that because it's so much easier. But those of us who've been collecting for years, you get so used to the 4mm plates everywhere, and then you get that, and it's like, for me, it was a big disappointment to see it, and plus it was $700 for that.
Yeah.
If everybody's happy, that's fine. But it's just,
There's been a lot of talk about that belt, and it's just been a lot of debate.
yeah, back and forth. Yeah, I mean, if you're happy with it, great. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But if you put $700 down, it's like, and the very thin metal,
Hmm.
I can understand that too.
Yeah.
And I kind of think in a few months you might see a bunch of them being sold by people, for a lot less.
Right. I
So we'll
forgot
just
to
have
show.
see.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I said we'll just have to wait and see what happens with everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that belt. It's a pretty belt. It's
Mhm.
just not something I feel drawn to because it's such a new belt. There's no history behind it. So I don't really have a dog in the fight, but I kind of see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
but I was going to mention, I forgot when I was talking about these belts I was selling, I was going to show still pictures of them. So here's
Mhm.
the NWA TV. This is the one for sale. This is not the giveaway belt. It's identical except for the tooling. And then here's the Luger US. That I took that picture. It was still on my workbench. You can see the stain behind it. That's where I got the backing on it.
And gives it character.
Yeah. Also, don't adjust your sets or your computer screens because the DTOF is on the opposite shoulder now. It's usually over here, but I'm changing my setup. This is the last time you'll see that DTOF. I ordered some cubes. I ordered 24 cubes, which means I'm going to end up with about 24 belts.
The cubes are so much easier to work with.
Yeah, I've got them in boxes over here. I cannot wait to start. I almost canceled the show tonight so I could put them together, but I'm gonna work on them tomorrow afternoon when I get off work.
Mhm.
But I moved the gun safe back here where the DTOF was. The DTOF's over here. I just moved it out of the way, and also painted this wall, the corner where the safe with, because the safe is heavy, and I got a patch. There's a little white spot up there that there's a hole I didn't see because this was a chocolate brown wall before I painted it. So I got to cover it up with paint. I'm anxious to find out, Ben. I got 14-inch cubes.
They're
Big
so
enough
easy
for
to put
the crumb ride.
so easy to put together, and
Yeah. So anyway, I had the DTOF in the corner,
Mhm.
and so the problem with that is this is a closet behind me. So when I would open the door to the DTOF, it would go up against the edge of it would hit the edge of this door, and sometimes I forget to close it because it's a clear door, and so I'd open the closet door and just about shatter the glass on the DTOF.
Oh, yeah.
But
Be real
this
careful
thing-
with those DTOFs. Real
yeah,
careful.
but it's also so bad.
And
Even though
fingerprints.
and fingerprints. And the lighting is so hard to get right. So
Mhm.
I ordered these cubes, and let me get back to my pictures here. This is where the DTOF was. That was my current setup before I moved that. So over here on this wall, which is ahead of where I'm looking, just in front of me here, we got rid of that dresser. I gave it to my daughter.
There you go.
Got the gun safe. Ignore the pillows and the mess on top of the gun safe. That's just trash.
Is that
And,
AJ Styles on that wall?
What's that?
Is that AJ Styles?
It is. There's a story
Hey.
behind that picture. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay.
He'll go back up on the wall. And also I'm gonna put my Rocky belt shadow box up there.
There you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, when we moved into this house, the bedroom walls were chocolate brown, just as you see in this picture. My wife always hated that chocolate brown. I liked it because at night when I slept, it was dark. I like it dark when I sleep. But she decided she wanted it painted, and if I'm gonna put cubes down, she was good enough. She hates this hobby, but she was good enough to give me that wall. She said we'll get rid of the dresser. We'll paint the room, and you can put your cubes there. So I spent yesterday evening painting that wall.
Well, there's a change.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a change. Yeah. So the cubes are going to go there. The dresser's gone. Everything's in the dresser's in the closet now. So anyway, that's where the cubes are going to go. I'm going to put. I'm going to stack them up 4 high and 6 wide. And,
okay.
Tony, did I send you that link? I did. Okay, he hasn't read it yet.
Plenty of
Tony,
room
if
for
you're
more belts.
watching, I sent you the link to to come on the show. But anyway, tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna empty this detolf, and I'm gonna put those belts into the cubes, and then let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 belts in this detolf. The rest of my collection, I think I got 13 total right now. The other 9 are in boxes underneath the bed, so they're going to come out from under the bed, and the stuff that was up against the wall is going to go into the bed, and I'll have that wall of fame over there. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So glad I can invite you into my bedroom. That's where I'm at right now. Actually, I feel like Johnny Carson,
Yeah.
except he came into everybody else's bedroom. So
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. So Lane, you're not feeling very well.
No, I have sleep apnea, so sometimes when I wear my mask, I get kind of choked.
Oh, okay.
So my throat kind of hurts. Other than
You
that,
wear
I feel-
CPAP.
yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm fine. It's just it hurts a little bit.
Okay.
Had a good day though.
Good deal.
Preacher invited me to lunch, so we hung out. So
Awesome.
had Mexican food, and that was good.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Always.
It is. It is. Andy, what? Lane, you said you had to turn the heater on down there. What about you, Andy? Is it cold up there where you're at?
Oh yeah, yeah. We got the heat going, and yeah, it's. I think it was this morning when I went to work. I think it was 10 degrees.
Wow.
Woo!
Yeah, and maybe a little bit better, maybe in the 20s. You know, heat wave. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Okay.
you know,
Good.
just do what you can, bundle up, and try
That's
to stay
right.
healthy.
Look at that AJ Styles picture you were talking about earlier. Hold on just a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab it. It's right here,
Okay.
right here on the bed.
Okay. Yeah, it's no fun with that cold weather. That's for sure.
Oh, I can't imagine, Andy.
Yeah.
No.
Would y'all shut up while I was gone? Okay. There's a story behind this AJ Styles picture, this is the picture right here.
Okay.
It's
Very
autographed.
nice. I
It's
like that.
autographed. What happened was a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, my son's favorite wrestler is John Cena, and I hope not. Hope not.
Mm.
Anyway, so I have a friend. Had a friend I was talking to in a chat, and I told him about I'd like him an autographed picture of AJ Styles, or not AJ Styles, but John Cena. So he found me one on eBay, and so I bought it. It was autographed, and gave it to my son. I can't remember if it was for his birthday or for Christmas or what it was for, but I gave it to him. Well, that touched him so much, he wanted to get me something, and he asked me who my favorite wrestler was. Well, I don't watch. They don't have the '80s wrestling anymore, so I really can't claim a favorite there because they're not current. I liked AJ Styles,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know why he was asking me, and then all of a sudden one day he gave me this.
Oh,
And my
wow.
wife found this on eBay.
That's very nice.
So
That
this
is-
was a return gift for my son. It's
Mhm.
I don't know, 13 by 11. Beckett authenticated.
It's a great action shot.
Yeah,
It
it is.
is.
That's, what's it? What do they call that punch? Not the Superman punch, but
No, that's Roman. I can't remember what his is called. I'm
That's
sorry.
it comes off the top rope. He jumps up there and bounces on the top rope and then hops off of that like the Superman punch.
Okay.
Start that. Well, that's the story behind that picture. Also, doggone, this stupid dog wants outside, so I let him in right before the show started. He's whining. You're gonna hear him whining. Just
He's
let
got to
him in,
go.
so-
Come on, Dad, take care of
Okay.
him. You
Give
know?
me give me about 30 seconds. I'm just gonna let him out the door. Y'all keep talking.
Nature happens, you know. Oh,
You're up
boy.
in Cincinnati.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've been wanting to. I wish I could go. If I go up there, I would love to try. The was it Skyline?
Oh, Skyline Chili. Yeah,
That looks so good, man.
I might have to send you a little. They sell packets. You can make it. You know, mix it with the meat and everything. And I'll send you a packet, Lane.
Okay.
Phenomenal forearm. Okay,
Heck yeah.
that's what it's called.
There we go. Phenomenal forearm. There you go.
We know what that reference is.
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah. He's already scratched the door and went back in. This is getting old. He can't make up his mind. Hang on, I'll be right back again. Sorry, guys.
It's because the dog wants to be on the show. That's what the dog's up to.
Yeah, Andy, I was watching something on the Food Channel, and they featured Skyline in the restaurant thing. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of. They're called Skyline Chili here, and then we got a whole bunch of them called Gold Star Chili.
Yes, I was asking about that too.
Yeah, I'll send you a packet of it. You'll like it.
Okay, I would love to try.
No, heck yeah, I'll get you a packet. Oh, there's the puppy.
This is
Oh,
the offender right here.
a
This is my daughter's
puppy.
dog.
So adorable.
Oh,
His name's
look
Buddy.
good.
Oh,
Buddy, welcome to your
What's his
YouTube
name?
debut.
Hey,
What's his name?
puppy. Oh,
what's his name?
Buddy.
hey,
Buddy.
buddy.
Yeah, he's,
Hey,
a,
Sweet
buddy.
little dog.
he's a sweet dog. He's just a whiner.
Oh, jeez.
I got 2 dogs that whine. Get your baby quiet. Anyway, there's just 5 minutes of fame. Good evening, Jason. Oh, I'm still on full screen.
Speaking of pets,
Oh, look at
Oh.
What's his name?
this is Cody. This is my wife's cat.
Is he named after
No, his original
really?
his name at the shelter was Corey. He's like, and they said my wife endorsed. That's not a Corey. That's Cody. And I didn't object because I like Cody Rhodes, so why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. The cats have a habit of when I'm on the shows, hopping on my lap, and so
Yeah.
they're part of the family.
I've known Jason for quite a while. We met in the promo groups.
Okay.
Good guy. Lives in New York.
Okay. It's good to see you, Jason.
Always glad to see Jason on
Yeah, I'm
the show.
glad to see everybody enjoying the show.
Me too.
I wonder how far we're reaching tonight. I haven't heard from Nor yet.
We haven't heard from Nor. Nor usually
No.
checks in with us.
Yeah, he usually does. I'm sure he will. We got 2 hour shows, so I know he's been on tonight. He made a couple of comments.
Yeah, he'll join us at some point.
We were talking about the AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you have any desire to get that belt?
Well, I just got
No.
one. I just got one
Oh.
from Arham, Muhammad Arham, and
they're not.
he did
That's
Oh,
not
Chris?
my.
he did an awesome job on it. I had him do all zirconias on it. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
Well, look
Welcome to
who's
the show,
here.
James.
Hey,
Gentlemen,
James.
Hey, James.
sorry I'm late.
Better late
Hello,
than
too.
never.
That's it.
So what's the belt of the week?
Oh,
We were-
it's okay. I'll show you. I won't show the video again, but
It's nice, Jim.
Mark did a great job.
here it is.
Sure did.
I got 2 of these actually, but this is actually the belt of the week. This is the giveaway belt for the when we reach 1,000 members in the group. Go back to full screen. Let's see.
Ooh, I love that
Yep.
strap.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Look at the back, blue backing.
That burgundy. Is it burgundy?
It's oxblood.
What is oxblood, man?
I guess you could call it burgundy, maybe a wine color, but they call it oxblood.
That's pretty awesome, actually. I really, really dig
It
that.
is.
But I got another one just like it for sale.
No, that's that dude. You did a hell of a job on that. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah, we got 2 of them sitting there on the floor. One of them's going to be the giveaway belt, and the other's going to be a bit for sale. There you
That's
go.
exactly
Yeah.
the way it should be, Jason Cortez.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever makes you happy in this hobby, that's what it's all about.
Jason, if you watched earlier, you know what the price is. So I'll be happy to send it to New York.
Hmm.
Oh,
Fellas,
man.
give me a second while I crack a cold one.
All right.
And by cold one, I mean Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. Sure, okay. Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm out of sweet tea.
I'm just a heavy one here pretty soon myself, Jim.
Sweet tea, McDonald's to live by.
Oh yeah, I love that. I'm a tea drinker myself. In the morning when I get up, instead of like normal people have coffee, coffee's a little bit too acidic and has too much caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me the shakes really bad. I'm a Louisiana tea guy myself.
I'll be right-
Just putting that out there.
All right.
Yeah, I was raised on sweet tea. My mom always made it. I love it.
Yeah, I grew up on sweet tea. I put 2 cups of sugar in two gallons of a gallon of tea. I guess it's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The only way it
pretty
should
sweet.
be.
No, I probably only use like 1 cup, but I like my tea a little bit strong too.
Oh, I do too. I hate weak tea. Oh, weak tea, no way.
You know, Jason, that brings to mind something I was talking to somebody about the other day, and a good question came up. How much is too much for a leather job?
Well, I think it's on
like opinions on that.
I think it's on the person who wants one. At the end of the day,
agree.
you have to pay out of pocket for it, and whenever you are putting your money up, it's what is it worth to you?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Well-
I know like a couple of my belts.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, Nor.
There he is.
No.
Good morning in Malaysia.
I knew he'd show up.
Yeah, I did. I knew he would too. Well, I get a lot of compliments from work. I'm proud of the work I do. I know I got room for improvement. There are other guys out there that are better than I am. Some not quite as good as I am. I'd say I'm somewhere in the middle. But of course, Ben. Yeah. But should there be I know different makers, sell belts at different prices depending on who you go with and the quality and everything like that. But should there be a set price for leather jobs? And
Once
so,
again,
what
that's
will be
on-
the ceiling?
Everybody's so different. I don't see how you could do that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I think that once again that's on the person who's getting, what's it worth to the person, to have, such and such name attached to the leather job. Also, I mean, what are you re-leathering? I mean, if you're going in and re-leather 2mm plates, I mean, I think you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'd invest in a better belt. At the same time, that's what I would do. I don't know, it'd be hard to put an across the board price on something because everybody's time is different. Everybody's, skill level is different. I know
Exactly.
if I paid $500 for a leather job and it looked like Beavis and Butthead put it together, I'd be really upset.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
I know that if I paid $500 to somebody like you whose work I've seen or whatever, that is a totally different story, because then I know it would be worth it. At the same time, somebody would look at that and go, "Oh, there's no way I can spend that kind of money." It's really on the person who's paying for it at the end of the day. Guys, I just wanted to show off. Brought this bad boy home. This has been in my brother's care for a while. This, speaking of 2mm.
At the
This
NWA.
is, yes, this is the NWA tag. I had it done up like when the Road Warriors had it.
Yes.
It's a 2mm. It's a Lukeman
It's one of my favorites.
That's-
brass.
Love that,
It
love
was-
that belt.
It was my brother's. He ended up having to get rid of it, so I took it off his hands.
I don't know what to say to that.
What can you say?
Nothing.
No. See, you got it backwards. He uses the good leather for the gimp suits and the bad leather for the belts.
There you
There's
go.
more money
Yeah.
There's more money to be made out of the gimps, man. I'm telling you. I'm just putting it out there. There's some pretty freaky people in the world.
You're showing off belts. I'm gonna show one more off that I showed off earlier. You missed it, James. This one's for sale also. Go back to full screen just a second. The big reveal. Drum roll, please. Okay.
Yeah,
Check out that tooling. This is the TV accurate tooling.
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
This one is for
That-
sale also.
That's damn.
One of my all-time favorites right there.
Oh, even you got the NWA and
Oh yeah, put this.
Alright.
Oh wait, there's one more stamping here. I showed it on the other belt, but let's see if I get it on here. Yeah, there it is right there. American
oh
flag
wow,
stamp.
yeah.
That's my little trademark right there.
Mm-hmm.
I also have this one for sale, which is an earlier version of that same belt. I had the maker since I got this one adjust the size on the side plates. The side plates are a little bit smaller on this one, but this one's for sale too. And the tooling is just a little bit different. It's not TV accurate, but it's a little bit thinner leather.
Still, it's nice tooling
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
But I got this one for sale too. It's also got the flag stamp on it. This camera just there it is right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. There
And
you go.
the NWA over here. You know, it didn't have a property plate, so I stamped the NWA on it.
There you go.
You know, because they stamped NWA on all their belts back then in the day.
I think they did,
Mm-hmm.
just like that.
They sure did. That's a trade secret, Brian. Come on.
Yeah. The ponies I use at birthday parties is when they go out to pasture, I get their leather.
Yeah. We only use
That's-
mini horses.
Any
That's mini
ASPCA
horses.
guys watching there, I was just a joke, So
Oh, baby.
speaking
like
of cats,
Taste of Cow.
they make good leather too.
Oh, jeez. Now you're
Yeah.
asking for it.
Yeah. Well, you could use it 9 times.
Oh, jeez. No better letter than that.
But I got more belts to show off. These
Where's
aren't
it,
for
Brian?
sale. These are not for sale. I showed these off on the very first episode of this show back last year, and I had some people request that I do this again because I guess they didn't see him or they just want to see him again. I don't know, but when I was in college, before the belt hobby was a thing, everybody made cardboard belts, and so I was no different. But instead of making cardboard belts, I took some sheet metal and cut it out, and actually etched it with a box cutter knife, and then painted the design. So this was not my first one. I'm gonna show you my first one first because that way it gets better. This one's crap, but I actually had grommets on this one. It's my first cardboard
Actually,
belt.
man, that's pretty awesome, man.
That's not bad at
That
all,
is
Oh, it
Mark.
gets better. It gets better.
For a first
This is-
belt,
This
that's
is
pretty good.
junk compared to what I've done since then. But I put Velcro on the. All these have Velcro, and this was. I couldn't figure out how to make snaps. But see the grommets. These are the same grommets I use on tarps.
Mhm.
Put ropes through.
Yeah.
So I punched the holes and did that. I thought it was kind of cool. So I got a little bit better as I went along. This is a updated version of that same belt.
Oh wow,
Look at that.
Oh, wow. That is.
that's actually really good, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
That was
Philip,
modeled
you
after
did
the World Class American and the WWF Hogan '84, and of course that has Velcro on the back too. It's been in a closet, scratched up. It's been there for like 30 years. But I actually came up
But-
with the USWA before
Oh wow.
before the Memphis promotion did. They came along actually 2 years later, but not to be outdone. I had to come up with tag team titles.
Of course. I've
Well,
seen
yeah.
those too.
Look at that.
Man,
That is really.
Lane, did you ever see these before?
Yeah, I
I
did.
wonder if you
I
said
think you brought
I
it.
know.
same
Are-
thing.
Now, what are they? What are they? Is that now they're on cardboard?
Okay, what it is it's poster board. It's just poster board wrapped in black duct tape.
Wow.
Oh man.
And then the
Oh,
snaps,
dude,
the
that's a hell
snaps
of a
are
job.
painted on. The snaps are painted on. This paint.
Oh,
But this globe right here, I traced that off of a frisbee.
Very creative, Mark.
Yeah. And here's the
Dude.
other one. It's got twin. So I got 2 tag team belts. And then World Class came out with their World Heavyweight Championship, so I modeled this after that one. It's not nearly as good, but this one here, same
man.
same shape.
I could never in a million years have even thought about trying
I
to
put
do
a
something like
ring on the side plate.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I never even thought of anything like that.
that. Yeah, I couldn't do it. There's no way.
I had
had,
a- Well, I had another one modeled after the Luger US, and it was really nice. But then I made that second one I showed you, and then I decided I didn't want that one anymore, and I was going to give it to a football player that was in the same dorm I was in. Big old lineman, big, probably weighed 300 pounds, real nice guy. But I said, hey, he liked wrestling. I said, all right.
Oh, geez. PA, come
Thank
on.
you, Drew. Thank you. Well, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I told him, I said, you like that belt? I showed him the belts. He thought they were pretty cool. That's before I made this other one. He said, yeah, I like that. I said, well, here, you can have it. I'm making another one. He said, no, I want you to wrestle me for it. I want to beat you for it. If I'm going to be a
Oh,
champion,
no.
I want to.
oh gosh.
And I'm 5'10". I weighed 170 soaking wet at the time. And I said, no, you can have the belt. I'll just give it to you. He said, no, I want you to. Thank you, Lane. And welcome to the show, by the way. I said, no, I'll give it to you. I don't want to wrestle you for it. You'll kill me. He said, no, I want to wrestle you for it. He insisted. So we were in
Oh.
the dorm room, and the dorm rooms had 2 twin beds. They're about this far apart. And he wouldn't leave me alone. I wanted to give him the belt because I'd already offered it to him. I couldn't back out on it, but I didn't want to wrestle him for it. But that's the only way he's going to take it. So I said, okay, fine. So
That's when you do the job. That's when you do the finger poke of doom and just
that's what happened. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. I let him pick me up and body slam me on the bed, and he pinned me, and that was it. He got the belt.
It's like, here, take the damn belt now.
Yeah, that was the Southwestern University screw job. So,
all right, guys.
but
Finally brought number 3 home.
why am I still on full screen? I keep taking off the screen. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
there
go.
we go.
2mm brass. This one is made by Bud Pack. If I can
Okay.
set it down without
Oh,
dropping
that-
everything. Me,
I've heard it do good work.
my other one, Aldous style, is also a Bud Pack. And like I said, 2mm. Obviously, the etching's not very deep. If you look closely down here at the bottom, you look
Still
into
looks good, though.
Sure does.
Yeah. Oh man, Bud Pack is honestly probably my favorite maker. I mean, I'm not saying that to be, over anybody else or put anybody down in comparison. They just, every time I get something from them, it's always top notch. I mean, even, now granted, Mark, I'm sure you could probably do a better leather job, but the leather's nice and soft. For what it is, I'm-
Yeah. The only
I'm
difference is, as far as that lacing, there's nothing wrong with their lacing. The difference between what they do and what I do is they use a round hole. I use a slotted hole.
I would much rather it be a slotted hole because it would be tighter. You know what I mean? It would look tighter.
Yeah. And I
But-
get why they do that because it's so much faster. They do mass production. I don't. So
right.
it's faster for them to lace that way. It takes me a little bit longer, but I don't do mass productions like that. But when you hold that dome globe up, I just can't help but think, man, that belt is fire.
Oh, my.
It is 100%.
Nothing says fire than a good fire helmet, I tell you.
That was hanging on my wall, too. I had to take it down to paint the wall. But this is my old helmet. I got a newer one now. But anyway,
I also have a
Yeah.
2mm
couldn't
TV
resist.
on black coming, hopefully back this weekend too. Like I said, we were using, but you guys don't know this, but outside in the real world, I'm a big nerd. I am a huge nerd. I collect action figures and comic books, um, wrestling posters, wrestling belts, obviously. Movie posters, as you can see behind me, that's a Godzilla poster. I'm surrounded. Those are a couple action figures on the wall. Um, I'm a big, big, big nerd, and I also like to play role-playing games. Now, when I say role-playing, no, I do not dress up. I don't put on.
We won't tell
You,
nobody.
you don't
Yeah,
cosplay or
no,
anything
no,
like that.
no,
You're
no,
safe.
no.
You're
Yeah,
safe,
yeah.
James. You're safe.
If I did though, believe me, I would show up in gear. Like the biggest cosplay that I've got going on is my Wolverine sideburns. Um, but uh,
Thanks, Nor.
Yeah, thank
yeah,
you. It's, it's
but
Andy Mania,
I
just Mark, but okay.
these were actually purchased um, by my brother to help with we have a game. Actually, let me get some stuff out here for you so I can show it to you. It's a wrestling game. It's a card and dice game, and like I said, I'm a big nerd. Basically, it plays a lot more when you think role playing. I'm going to roll and chop the dragon's head off or whatever.
Right.
It's not like that at all.
Not
It plays
D&D, huh?
yeah, it plays more like Yahtzee.
Okay.
Like each roll has a cause, and each other the other person roll has an effect. Um, Actually, let me get a couple of the booklets out too, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. I think just grab the very first one because they come out in sets. Anyway, first let me show you, and I'll show you a couple of the cards. This is the game. It's from Phil Singer Games. It's called Legends of Wrestling.
You are the race, sir.
Yeah,
Buddy, right?
Road
there's
Warriors.
oh yeah, there's a bunch of
Cheeky
people there.
baby.
Let's say
Macho
Buddy.
Man, Luthez,
Is that the? Oh, it's Luthez. I thought it was Dean Malenko there first.
Is that Rick Rude all the way in the back?
no,
Road Warrior?
That's
Sup-
Superfly. Isn't it?
Superfly, Jimmy
Oh, okay.
Snuka,
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
Million
Duggan.
Dollar Man, Sheik, and Volkov there. I'm covering Volkov's face up.
Is that Gorgeous George there too somewhere? Right there.
It's
next
like,
to
Yeah,
Thez?
there's well here I actually open the book and read
It's
off
like
everybody.
Buddy Rogers too.
This
Yes.
is the yeah Buddy Rogers.
Okay. That's like
This
Gorgeous
is the
George.
this is the first set. Bobo Brazil, Bruiser Brody, Ted DiBiase, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Gorgeous George, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And this is just the first set. Iron Sheik, Harley Race, the Road Warriors, Buddy Rogers, Randy Savage, Jimmy Snuka, Luthez, Rob Van Dam, and Nikolai Volkov.
Wow.
Oh,
Now,
Quite a lineup.
once again, yeah, now let me show you the cards so you get an idea. Basically, you just need 2 dice to play. 2 regular 6-sided dice. This is Vader. And he has stats on the back, which I don't know how well you can see him or not.
Nice.
But you have 3 levels of offense, 3 levels of defense. And every week we would get together and play, and me, my cousins, my brother, a bunch of my friends. There's about 6 to 8 of us every week that get together, and we usually are watching the football games, whatever's on TVs, going on in the background while we're making a bunch of noise and hooting and hollering and playing this. Sounds like we're doing a bunch of gambling. People would think when they come over, they see it, it's like, man, what are they doing, man?
Strip poker.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, we don't want no.
This guy's
no,
got
we
clothes on.
we don't want that at all. Not at all. Yeah, these people you pay to make them put their clothes back on.
Yeah.
But the 2 millimeters, my brother went in with me and got them to actually use as championships for our champions in this game. And we, of course, had a heavyweight, world heavyweight, and tag team, obviously. And we also decided what the mid card belt would be. because I didn't want like 6 belts. That nobody, no championship is prestigious if everybody gets a championship.
Yeah.
So I limited it to the tag, 2 singles, and that's pretty much it. And we were using those 2 millimeters, and we went with the television title because I wanted something that could be kind of passed around, because it gets defended more often. And, we had actual rules on how many times the champion had to defend the belt. We did a world title match once every 30 days. Same with the tag team belts, once every 30 days. And the TV title was a weekly thing. And yeah, we got these. That's what these were purchased for. And certain people weren't taking care of them properly, so I intervened and went and rescued everything. And now they're going to live with me now.
How old is that
So-
game? When did that game come out?
Oh man, hold on. I'd have to break the thing out. I'd have to see when the copyright
It's
is.
been out for
There's a
years,
reason
I
I-
believe, hadn't it?
It's been out for a long time. It came out in black and white way back in the day. I remember playing a version of it whenever I was in junior high and high school, called Champions of the Galaxy. But it was more comic book, Marvel Comics type characters with superpowers and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But I mean, it was the same game, same game
Whoops.
mechanics. I'm trying to find a copyright.
Another reason I'm getting rid of the Detolf.
Yeah. And there is no copyright in here. Huh. And that's in the instruction book. Let me go check the actual.
Show off some of my memorabilia while he's looking for that.
But it's really fun. We started doing.
There you go.
I
Red
didn't
Garvin.
think any of my friends would actually be into it because
Yeah.
how many people actually like playing, Dungeons and Dragons? Not a lot. No, I don't know when this came out. Oh, 20. Okay. The collar version of it started in 2016.
Oh, so it's newer than I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds more like a
Um,
more classic game, like the
The
Fifth
black
what I
and
was
white,
thinking.
I think the black and white started like in the 90s. They started doing originally in black and white. These collar cards, which is the set that I have, they started doing in the late 2010s.
Hmm.
But
I find it
I
odd
did-
that in the age of electronic games, they come out with a dice and board game or card game. for
well,
wrestling.
you know what though? You'd be really surprised because there's a lot of people who play the Magic. Have you ever seen the Magic cards? The Magic card game? That's really, really popular. And another one that I don't know, I don't know too much about them because I don't actually play them. This was the one that I found, and this is the one that I like. But it's those games are really popular. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are really popular, and that's a game as well. But
I've heard
yeah,
that
there's
cartoon. Yeah, I've heard of that cartoon.
but there's like a lot of that stuff now, man. You like there here. I live in Charleston, West Virginia, and we're a small town. We're Charleston. I think on at best has probably got 50,000 people in it. The state of West Virginia probably has maybe 1.5 million total. So when we're not like in New York, so I didn't expect to see these games be as popular as they are. We have a dedicated, we have a bunch of dedicated places here in West Virginia that's just dedicated to like Dungeons and Dragons style RPG tabletop games, and it's cool because I know I'm a little bit older, and us guys here back in the day, we didn't have computer games and computer RPGs. We had board games when we were kids,
Mm-hmm.
and we had Clue and Yahtzee and Uno and things like
Oh, I
that.
love food.
Same, yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is just like a carryover of me and my brother and all of us, being kids and because like I said, this game plays more like Yahtzee. Yeah, it does have certain aspects to it. Like if you're playing a wrestler that's a bad guy and you're getting beat up and you don't want to get pinned, but you got a buddy that you want to call and say, hey, I'm going to call my buddy, and well, there's roll on a chart just to see what happens, and you can do that. There is a little bit of role play to it. There is a little bit of you got to actually think. You got to, if you've got a manager. Jim Cornette's managing, the Midnight Express, and you're playing as the Midnight Express, and you're the tag champs. Well, Jim Cornette's going to interfere in the match. Of course he is.
Mhm.
Well, Jim can interfere. In this game, he can interfere twice in each match. Not every manager can do that. And so you got to pick your spots. I mean, you actually have to think. You have to strategize. There's a little bit of strategy to it. And we started playing. I didn't really think that the guys would actually like get into it as much as they did, and because I'm the wrestling guy, right? I'm the dude that's in our group that's all about wrestling all the time. I can strike up a conversation in just about any chat group or whatever about wrestling, and the four of us at any time could probably do that. You know what I mean? With anybody. And my friends and my brothers, they're not so much into wrestling. They were when we were kids, but I got this game and you can play it as a one player game. You can still make the matches happen as a one player by yourself. So as I'm learning how to play this game, I'm playing it as a one player game to learn the mechanics of it. When my cousin comes over and I'm like, man, check this game out. It's actually pretty cool. Like 30 seconds into playing it, he's like, man, you want to start playing a game every week? And get a weekly game session going. And I'm like, well, let's see what everybody else says. And next thing I know, man, there's like 8 of us that would get together a week. It's dwindled down a little bit because of jobs and different people have different types of jobs. But it's a fun game. I will send you guys, if you're interested in buying it, I'll send you guys a link in a personal message or whatever. I think the starter set's like 20 or 25 bucks, and you can pretty much roll out and create your own little wrestling universe just in that starter set because there's so many
Sounds
cards.
good.
I found footage of me losing that belt I gave to that football player. Hold on. Here it is.
No way.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, here's the whole match in its entirety.
Do you have that available in slow motion?
No, I could probably do that. Yeah, that was actually about 3 years ago. I hope the guy set up the ring. He asked me to be on his ring crew.
Still
and I
taking
said,
a
sure.
slam. Hey,
Huh? I said,
hey,
if you help me with-
you take a bump, and if that's you taking a bump,
I took a bump. Yeah.
hey, you know what it's like. It's not as springy or as
No, there's no spring at
I've
all.
heard people say that there's a trampoline. There's no, you're being dropped down on 2x12s or 2x4s or whatever they're using underneath the mat to hold,
Yeah.
to hold it.
2-inch boards.
That's it.
It has a little bit more spring than a wood floor in a house. That's about it. Not much. Not much more than
Yeah,
that.
that's about it.
Yeah.
But that's only by design.
Yeah.
That is by design.
Well, it's because those boards flex a little bit. It's just the flex of the boards. But a house has got more stuff.
Well,
underneath.
there's no support under. Well,
Yeah.
there's no support underneath those boards other than like a little.
It
bit of
bounced
support
maybe
for
half
those
an
two
inch.
plugs.
That's about it. But he laid me down.
But
I mean, it looked pretty powerful. But he put me down flat. It didn't really hurt. So
it's a lot more once you get used to it. And this is something that I tell people, like whenever they see me, like they saw me take a bump last weekend, and a couple of people were like, "Oh, God," because I'm thin, especially when you got these big 200-pound, 250-pound beefy dudes, flying around, all around you, and you take a bump, and they're like, "Does it really hurt?" And I'm like, "Well, yes and no."
it doesn't feel good.
It
hurt,
doesn't
but
feel good, but it does. Yeah, especially once you learn how to take a bump,
Yeah.
and you know how to land, and you're not, rattling your brains, then you're good. After that, you're kind of a little,
I was a little
stiff.
disoriented. You missed a story. I showed this video earlier. When he picked me up, I had to take everything in my pockets. I had my wallet, I had my keys, my change, and I took them off, put them in the corner. So when he picked me up, he turned me and then threw me down. So when I sat up, I walked straight to that corner, which was the opposite corner from where I laid my stuff. And I thought, who took my stuff? He said, hey, it's over there.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
that's something that you have to get. Like I would get turned around early on, especially when you have to learn to work camera angles.
Yeah.
Because it's real easy to just get into the swing of things, and you got to be in a position. You always want to show your face. You always want to be
Yeah.
seen. And but no, man, it's real easy to get disoriented, especially when you're taking your bumps. I'm to the point now. I get in there and I still roll around and I still bump around a little bit. I'm not doing anything crazy or anything because they won't let me. Because I will, but I've already broken my leg once this year, and they're kind of protective over that right now. But I can get in there and roll around, but the first couple of times, like you said, you get tossed around and you come up, and you're like, well, first of all, your head's spinning a little bit because everything that you just did just happened just like that,
Oh, yeah.
and your body's not used to that sudden start stop.
Right. It's a jolt. It's a jolt to the
Yeah,
body.
and then once you get your bearings, you gotta like, wait a second, wasn't I facing that way a second ago?
Yeah. I got one more piece of memorabilia here I want to show you guys. I've showed this before. It's been a while back, but some people haven't seen this yet. Do you remember the WrestleMania? Not WrestleMania, but the WWF Hogan 84 or 85 belt buckle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got one.
I
Oh,
want
wow.
one so bad. I saw, yes, I saw
Oh,
one on
look at
eBay.
that.
I got a notification on it. They only want
Wow.
$100
Oh, that-
for it.
I don't remember where I bought this. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I didn't pay that much.
Yeah, I'm not
But
going to pay that much for
but I
it.
got this when they first came out. I wanted one and ordered one, and it may have cost me $20. They had just come out, so this thing's over 30 years old.
Imagine
Yeah,
what it's worth now.
yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, well, the one on eBay is going for 100. The only thing
There
I
you
can
go.
do to counter that is
Yeah, I want one of those.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I want one
I,
of those. Lane's got one.
I need to touch it up a little bit. The paint inside the NWA, as you can see, is
Yeah.
wearing off. I need to
See, I
clean
wanted
it
one
up
of
a little
those
bit.
before they got rid of them. But yeah, I want one of those too. And Lane's gonna go get his. He couldn't stand. He had to go get one. Yeah, there it is. Let me put you
Oh,
on full
look at
screen.
that.
Hold on.
Beautiful.
There you go. Yeah, yours
Yeah,
is in better
etching.
shape than mine.
That etching
Yours
is
is in
beautiful.
way better shape.
Very nice.
Once again, you ever want to get rid of it, I'll put it in a good home. Let me know.
Leave me in your
I
will.
will give you. I will give you a fair price.
Leave me in your will. Not, this is not the belt buckle, but this is the BAM coin. I got two of these. I actually got four, but
Yeah,
this
those are
is
sweet.
Now, see
one
that
of the
one looks
two with the actual
more
dome one.
3D than because I have one and mine's way flatter than that.
Wow.
I got the flat dome too.
Yeah, see, mine is extremely flat.
Whoops, hold on. I'll get you back on screen in a second. Okay. This one is the domed one. This one is the flat one. You can tell the difference.
Oh yeah.
You actually see the difference.
Now, is there a size difference between the two?
No,
Or,
they're identical. Just the dome is
okay.
more pronounced on the. Let's see.
Yeah, that's one thing I do like about them is their
This
thickness.
one's flat. This one's kind of protrudes a little bit. Let me see yours again. Let me pull yours back up.
That
Now is that the Beltomania one?
Yes.
Okay, you got one too.
Yeah, this was. I want to say this was gifted to me by Roy Thrasher.
Okay.
He said that he had one, and he said he's like, man, he's like, honestly, I think it would look better with your stuff, and I couldn't have agreed more. And he actually gifted it to me, so that was really, really awesome. So thank you, Roy Thrasher.
Very nice.
Hey, comments lately. I don't know what's going on. Got plenty of viewers, just no comments.
Hey, you guys awake out there? What's going
Yeah,
on?
wake up. We'll take your suggestions. We'll take your comments. We want to know what you like, what you hate.
All that good stuff.
If
You can
if
even
you
tell
hate
me
us,
to
we'll
shut
block
up.
you. We'll fix that.
You can even tell me to shut up.
Uh, But
Well, guys, I hate to say it, but I have to go.
okay.
But thank you for having me, and everybody, thanks for having me, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Everybody,
Yeah,
See you
man. It was
later,
good
Eddie.
seeing you.
Have a good evening.
take
Take
care,
it easy,
guys.
bud.
Carrie.
Take care. Bye bye.
Tony, I just got your message. If you still want to come on, we got another hour. I'll bring you on. He asked me for a link. I sent him a link. An hour later, he sees it. If you want to come on, I'll be happy. Anybody else wants to come on, I'll send you a link. We'd be happy
Yeah,
to share your belts, share your collection.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week this will be gone and I'll have a different background. I'm not I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna fit all this over by the bed, but you also don't get. I mean, the glare from the light. I have to have the light on, but anyway. So what's the weather like where you're at, James?
Well, for me, I've been working in pretty much 8 to 18 degrees all day. It actually got up to 40 by the time I got off work today, which that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 3 inches of snow yesterday.
Ooh, pass on that. You guys
Yeah.
can keep that stuff. I've
And it
had
was
enough of
26
that for
degrees
years.
this morning at 7:30. I get a test page from a fire pager every morning. It tells us what temperature. It was 26 degrees this morning. It was actually in the teens a few days ago here, so it gets cold
Yeah,
here in
it
Oklahoma.
was 8 this morning.
Yeah, I need to move south.
I'm over winter already. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like winter. I want winter to have its
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but I'm ready for it to go. I'm ready for it to go.
Uh,
Of course, where I'm doing new construction, there's no warmth because the houses are being
oh yeah,
built. So trying to put new plumbing in, trying not to freeze to death is always
right,
fun.
yeah. I just got a message right before the show started, or from somebody that's actually watching the show. He sent me a picture, a screenshot of his computer, and had the intro to the show on his computer. So I'll
That's
go ahead and
cool.
name it. It's AD Terry. Thank you, AD, for watching. If you're still watching, Tony's not going to come on. It's a little late where he's at Nova Scotia, so he said he tries
Oh.
again next week. Speaking of next week, we have a guest lined up, and James, I think you'll lick your chops at this one. We're having another referee.
Oh, we're okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I was just informed we have a referee that actually lives in Oklahoma, and we're going to have him on next week. I don't recall. I was looking for his name. I can't find it right off the top of my head right now, but we'll have him on next week. We'll talk. You guys, I'm sure, could talk shop. I'm not sure what his name is. It's referee Ryan, but I'm gonna get the name.
Okay, maybe I can pick his brain and steal some stuff from him.
Ryan Martin. Ryan Martin. That's our guest
Ryan
next week.
Martin.
Referee Ryan
Sounds
Martin.
cool.
And, I
I'll
hope he's watching
definitely-
tonight. Look forward to having you on the show next week if you're watching.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Like I said, I'll definitely, it's nice to pick another referee's brain.
It'd be cool to have another Oklahoman on here. That'd be cool.
Yeah, speaking of Oklahoma, you guys beat us in basketball last night. That's
Oh, did we?
okay.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see the game. I saw the highlights on the news, but
Yeah, WVU's not very good this year at basketball. They're not bad. They haven't been like living up to their potential though. That's
Yeah.
really
also, I don't know if they're on tonight, but usually on Thursday night, Pounding the Meat's on. They're on their YouTube channel. So if that tickles your fancy, you can go over there, watch them, or you watch us. Do split screen, watch both. Those guys have a pretty entertaining show. I want to try something. The other guys in the other podcasts share this stream with me, and they put some background music on here. I'm not a big fan of background music, but I'm going to try it. There it is. I don't like that one. It almost sounds like a porn music.
I was
Really.
hoping something more along the lines of maybe some Tank 3 or Attack.
There we go. Sounds like Rocky training in the morning. Anyway, that's that. Hello, Facebook user. If you'll click on the StreamYard link and come back in, that way we know who you are. We'd like to give credit to all of our viewers. Or you could go over to YouTube. Go over to the YouTube channel, Wide World of Belts YouTube channel, and click on there, and your comments will show up. You don't have to click on anything. Just like to get the viewership up on YouTube. Again, this YouTube came about because of a partnership with another podcast known as the Brothers in Kayfabe podcast. They're available on your Apple Podcasts and on Linktree.com or linktr.ee. I guess that's Linktree. Brothers in Kayfabe. One of those guys is a real good friend of mine, Landon Bumgardner. They do a really good show. They talk about wrestling. Good guys. And then top of the hour. I'm actually 7 minutes late, but the show is sponsored by. We lost James. Mark Leather for all your leathering needs, and Unique Spirit Championship belts. They're the ones that made this belt. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Everything just
That's
froze
right.
up there for a second.
But Unique Spirit made this belt. I did the leather, but they did the plates. So they do a good job over there. They also did the plates for this belt. And I think they're watching. I don't know if they're watching or not. Sometimes he watches, sometimes he doesn't. He said he might watch tonight. But this is the U.S. Luger that he did. I did this on my leather. And this belt and that TV belt that's for sale. I got the other TV belt as a giveaway belt for the when we hit 1,000 members. So that's Johnny. Hello, Johnny. So Jim, you weren't here earlier. We were talking about, and I don't know if you've been keeping up in the groups, but they were talking about the new AEW replica that was released, the official replica.
Yeah, I'm
Andy
seeing
had to
mixed
go.
reviews.
Andy had to cut out second air. A lot of debate on that belt. What do you think of that belt?
Well, first of all, for the people who bought and paid $600, almost $700 for it, if they're happy with it, then that's all that matters. I would not have paid that much, but I'm not a fan of that belt either.
I'm
I,
not either. I mean, it's a beautiful
I'm,
belt, but
man, I'm going to say this, and I've said this in other groups, and I'm going to say it aloud now, and I'm going to probably catch a lot of heat for this. To me, it looks like somebody took a serving tray, shot it with a BB gun, took silver dollars, glued them to it,
Yes.
then took a car logo, glued it to it, bedazzled it, fractured it, and then put it on leather.
yeah.
That being said, though, that's just my opinion. Once again, for the people who are happy with it, that's great. I would not have paid $600 for it, especially after I saw it deconstructed and saw that it's just hollow plates. There's no stacking or anything.
Yeah.
But excuse me. As far as uh, the people who are happy with it, I've seen the bootlegs, and to compare the two, it's more accurate than the bootlegs. I will say that. It looks. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the real belt and a replica on TV, uh, but I'm not familiar with it. I can see, especially with like if it came to a 10 pounds of gold or whatever, I can see, I can tell who. I don't want to sit there and say, oh, I'm the know-it-all or whatever, but I can go, that's a Figs, or that's a Premier or a Boot or whatever. I couldn't tell you, what kind of made Boot, but I could tell you, but no, I couldn't tell the difference between the real thing and the replicas.
Yeah. Well,
But
I'm not a
once
fan of the
again, after I
belt only because
saw
there's no
deconstructed, I
history,
would be really upset.
right? But I'm not a fan of the. I mean, it's a beautiful belt. It really is. It's just not something I want in my collection only
the
because
design.
there's no history. There's no history. I mean, it's still a new promotion. The belt's new. It's a couple of years old. There really just isn't an emotional attachment for me. But I get the appreciation for the belt. It is a beautiful design, but it just doesn't appeal to
Don't
me.
do it for me.
Yeah. Now
it for me, and I'm just saying this. I know platinum is worth more than gold. It
Yeah.
just does not look as nice as gold.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. You know.
They're actually talking about this on BAM right now. I flipped over on Facebook and I see that Carmine and Mike Hollensheck are talking about it. There's a heated debate about that belt. It's hilarious. You got guys on one side defending the replica. You have guys on the other side that are defending the boots. So I don't have a dog in the fight. So it's just kind of entertaining to watch. But
Yeah, I don't either.
it's like the IW. This belt
And
is a lot like the IWGP V4 for me. When I first saw that belt, I thought it was ugly, but it's grown on me. Now, this may happen with the AEW. I don't know, but I don't watch AEW. Uh, I may have watched one match, but I've seen some New Japan wrestling matches, which are pretty good. So
The only
I
time
plan to add that
What?
V4 to my collection. What's that, Lane?
the only time I remember you watching it when you came up here, you watched it with me, but that was about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know. See it somewhere. Saw it at your house. Yeah. Yeah, we sat there on his couch, watched popcorn. He put his arm around me.
I'm not a fan, so I don't.
I got him. I got him. I got him.
Trying to
Yeah.
was you trying to steal some sugar there, buddy? See, that's cool,
Here, want
man.
some popcorn?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you are happy with it. Some people,
Oh yeah, I don't fault anybody for liking
and
the belt. I
like I
really
said, I
don't. It's
don't.
just not something I don't add to my collection, at least not for the time being, anyway.
No,
Mm.
Lane's speechless.
I-
I'm sorry, Lane. I
I'm
couldn't
just not a
help
fan of the product. I'm not a fan of. So I'm not a fan of the product, and I'm not a fan of. So I personally
Yeah.
don't have anything for that belt.
Yeah.
That's just me.
it. I had to gig Lane there for a little bit.
I now. He hasn't said a word since you said that either.
No.
Speechless.
No, we actually sat down and watched Stan and Ollie, Laurel and Hardy.
Oh yeah,
2 episodes of that. Then we watched which episode of AEW was that?
Pardon?
It was the Friday night AEW. What's that show called?
Not Dynamite. It's the other one.
Rampage.
Friday Night Dynamite. No, Wednesday Night Dynamite and Rampage.
Rampage.
Yeah, it's Rampage.
Okay.
Yeah, we
watched that.
Rampage.
He didn't even kiss me goodnight. I just went back to my hotel.
Not on the first day.
No, not the first day. No, no. I gotta go back.
Yeah,
I gotta go back. If I want that kiss, I gotta go back. Oh god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this is spanning the globe after dark.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
the
And we're all
the
sober.
conversations that come up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Lane. I couldn't resist.
I know.
But yeah, I've forgotten. That's where I'd seen AEW was at at your place. Yeah, Rampage. Yeah, Nora knows what we're talking about. Nora, what's
Hey,
your
if
opinion on the AEW title?
Oh, man.
I will say this: it is blingy. I would hate to have one restoned. That would be expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't even want to think about
It,
that.
it's not a. Now, I beg to differ with you on the design. I don't think it's an ugly belt. I really don't. It just doesn't appeal to me because I have no emotional attachment to that promotion or that title. That could change, but for right now, I have no interest in it.
See, I just there for a while. I was doing a thing where I would watch it, and I'd find one thing that I enjoy, and then I'd have like 100 things that I didn't enjoy, and I'd find myself hate watching it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, dude, I'm not wasting my energy to to sit through a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to enjoy to find the one thing that I do. It's not worth it, and I've pretty much given up on it, and that's. But that's for me anyway, because I'm and this is not a knock against the people who work there because if I was given an offer to work there, I would go work there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Um, but I can't learn anything from watching their referees, so there's no point in me to actually try to watch it
No.
because the
Are they the one
referees.
have the female referee?
Yes,
Okay.
actually WWE has a couple too.
Oh, do they? Okay. I quit
Uh,
watching WWE.
yeah, I don't watch it either, but there for a while I was looking in, especially like if my cousin would be like, "Hey man, blah 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 blah, something's happening," you flip over,
Yeah.
and but I would once again, if they offered me a job, I would go in a heartbeat. I would work there in a heartbeat. Um, but for me to watch their matches, it's not enjoyable for me to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Nora, I'm with you. It looks good to me. It's just not a belt I just feel like I have to have. Uh, there's no
No.
history. I mean, there's barely any history behind it. I know a couple of years are switching back and forth between your Bam. I'm watching. I was while you were talking. I was watching Bam. I have it on mute, but I was sitting there watching Carmine. He's really, really animated. So
Yeah, he's got that whole persona
oh, okay, yeah.
thing down, and that they
Oh, I didn't know that was going on. Okay, that's a shame.
they
We
will
could always get a
ship to
boot.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always get a boot
Yep.
and probably save a couple $100 on it too.
Yeah. I haven't really got a good look at that belt. Nick Carnival opened one up the other day, and he got one. He's very happy with his. So if you're happy
Uh,
with the replica, great. If you're happy with your boot, great.
See,
There's
yeah,
just so much going on with that belt. I really don't see how you'd see a whole lot of a difference.
but once again, for what you're paying for it, that's a lot of money. I would
Yeah.
not, I couldn't drop that kind of money. That's what's stopping me from getting the fan do right now is, the 10 pounds of gold is the fact that I can't afford it,
Yeah.
and I have other things that I would,
Nor if you were willing to pay the shipping, which I'm sure would be expensive to get over there, you might be able to find somebody that would buy one for you and ship it to you if you want to pay the extra shipping.
yeah,
That'd be
possibly.
an
Yeah,
option. If
but then again,
somebody you
too,
could trust.
but is the United States shipping stuff over there right now? Because I know with a lot of the COVID stuff, I know
Oh, I don't
like
know.
you can't. It's hard to ship stuff to Australia, like
Yeah.
trying to get stuff in the.
I saw your comment on there, Drew. I was kind of watching a little bit. I couldn't hear it, but I was watching the comments. I saw Carmine doing this, so I knew he was really making a point. So I have to go back and catch that replay after the show. I don't know if
Yeah, I'll definitely
Pounding
look
the
at
Meat's
one.
on or not tonight. They're usually on Thursday nights. But I'm thankful for the viewers we do have. But I mean, if you feel like switching over, that's up to you. If you're coming over here from one of the other shows, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, just send in questions.
Yeah,
Ask away.
yeah.
Make fun of my glasses. Make fun of the fact that I can't see.
Okay, yeah, just holler at me. We'll see what we can do. Uh, for people that we have 6 viewers right now. We're down from 13 earlier. But if you missed earlier the show, I revealed the giveaway belt which the leather's done on it. This picture is not the giveaway belt, but it's identical to it. The tooling's just a little bit different. This is the NWA Television Championship that the plates are made by Unique Spirit, which sponsors the show, and the leather was done by me. It's got a oxblood strap with blue backing. Again, the edge tooling is a little bit different on the giveaway belt. This belt here is for sale, and I forgot what I was asking for. I have to go back and watch the show so I can figure out what I'm asking for. But I'm selling this belt. If you want it, hit me up. If not, I'm gonna post it in the for sale group on my Friday posts in the group. So I'd love to find a good home. Beautiful belt, it really is. And I'm not just saying it because it did leather. The plates are beautiful. It just that color just pops with the blue backing. Oxblood really sets that strap off, I think.
I
Yeah.
like the oxblood. I think it looks really,
And
really
I
good.
really thought when I
Matter of
first
fact,
saw that belt in the wrestling magazines, not on TV, but when I saw it in the wrestling magazines, I thought maybe the TV lights were bright. I thought that I didn't know what color it was, but I thought it was more of a burgundy strap. Turns out it was red. It was just dirty from the sweat and the wear and tear.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we're not going to mention him
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. That's behind us.
Yeah, that's behind us. I
We
hadn't
look
heard his name
forward,
mentioned in a
not
while.
back.
I don't know what his status is, but he's, the hobby seems to have been a lot happier since all this happened. There's still your regular drama, but uh,
I think
Lane's texting me. He said, "Can y'all still see me? We see your icon. We see your Christmas tree, Lane. We don't see you."
yeah,
Uh, but
you might
Nora,
have to back
really
out,
appreciate
reconnect.
you watching. We really do. Glad to have a loyal viewer from around the other side of the globe. So,
That's
oh,
pretty
Lane
awesome.
dropped off. Oh, I got. Let me text him back.
Yeah, sometimes when my stuff freezes up, I have to exit and then come back to the and redo everything.
I shouldn't have made the arm around his around me comment. His more than his system can handle, I guess. Okay, that was funny. There he is. He's back. Okay, you're back.
There he
Here we,
is.
here we go.
Don't text me during the show.
Ooh, they-
And quit sending me those naked selfies, would you?
Okay. That would be, that would be indecent exposure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought you just turned your camera off. I didn't realize you dropped off.
I
Is
didn't
is there such a thing as decent exposure? That's the question. Because
Well, it
if there's
depends on who it
indecent,
is.
what is decent?
no.
Charlotte Flair,
Well, okay, yeah, that would be pretty decent.
Alexa Bliss.
Oh well,
Yeah.
now you're.
Yeah.
I'm all about some Mandy Rose myself.
There you go, Mandy Rose. They got a new one out there. I think she's AEW or NXT. I can't think of her name, but I keep seeing her picture being posted out there. But also, in addition to that TV belt, I'm also selling this one. I got two of these actually. This one's on leather. The other one I haven't put on leather yet, but I'm going to. Those are going to be 400 shipped. So if you're interested in that or this one, just hit me up. I got a glamour shot of that one. I just haven't posted it yet. So, but I put that up. I got a blanket that makes a really nice background. But those are for sale if you're interested in them. And Lane's taking screenshots of those belts. I think he wants one.
Yeah.
I actually have another friend that's interested. He's actually going to order those plates and have them shipped to me to put them on that leather.
Oh, there
Nice.
you go.
Yeah. And the funny story about that blue, it came about by accident. Normally, that garment leather I put on the back, they only have black at Tandy. And when I went there the other day to get some new leather, I asked them, "Is there any way to get any other colors?" They said, "Well, we got this other over here. We got that dark blue and we got a turquoise blue." Well, I didn't think the turquoise would look good on it. Yeah, the paint on the side plates kind of are in between. But I went with the dark blue, and it was actually cheaper.
Oh,
But it's real leather, but it was actually cheaper. So I went with that, and I think it turned out well. Oh, missed this comment.
Sure did.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'd like to have you on, Nor. Love to talk to you.
yeah, that would be awesome.
We
Definitely.
will truly be spanning the globe.
Yeah, we would.
It's always good to have Nora on here. He's a loyal viewer. He's more loyal than some people here in the States.
Oh, let me see.
What else is
Had to
going
get
on
this one
here?
out of the closet. I don't really
You were
get to
talking
show
about the
this a lot.
Fandue Dome Globe earlier, and I've got that on layaway. I think it was 60, whatever they wanted down, 60 down. I got to come up with the rest of it to get out of Hawks so I can have that in my collection.
Yeah, I would like to get one eventually, but it's one of those things where I just don't. I'm not going to have it for a while. I've got other fish I got to fry.
I got to get it out of Hawk within 6 months. I think it's as long as it'll hold it. I'll get that.
Ooh.
And I've
Well,
almost got the money saved up for the Classic Shields Dome Globe, the place for that. That's what I
wow.
really want. That's the one I really want.
I've got a.
Nor, do you have insurance on your phone? You can probably get it fixed pretty quick or get a replacement. if you got insurance on it. That's actually the new scam. You break a phone and you have insurance on it, but they still charge you $100 or $200 to replace the phone. What's the point of
Yeah.
having insurance? I don't
At
get
that
that.
point, you may well it covers the cost of the phone, I guess, if you have to replace it.
Yeah, it's
You
just
know what I mean? Because I know
ridiculous.
my 11 whenever I got it was like $1,200.
Oh
And
my,
of course, I didn't have $1,200 to throw on a phone. I made
right?
payments like every other person on the planet.
Yeah, like me.
And yeah, and I I'm happy with it. It's paid off. But man, you think that kind of money and insurance and everything. Yeah, check this out. This is my Pacific Northwest that I got. This is uh a Mateen.
Nice.
Uh, Unfortunately, this is what I was talking about with some of the leather issues with some of
Mm.
my belts.
The backing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's split leather, and I mean, this belt was not a brand new. This was one of those ones that I got a really really good deal on, and
Beautiful bell.
Yeah, it is.
no,
It's very colorful.
I love the design on it.
Yeah.
The design itself, I like the way the eagle is actually kind of like a totem eagle on a totem
Yeah.
pole.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the mountains and the guy, the fish, and then the other mountains over here. It's one of those designs that, and you would think that, I would probably have a Mid-Atlantic before I would a Pacific Northwest, but this,
Yeah.
once again, this is one of those things where it was a used belt. It was one of those things where it was the price on it was pretty fair at the time, and I jumped on it. Now the leathers is falling apart. I could probably shoot some glue down inside that.
Yeah. You can do that, or a better option would be contact cement.
Contact cement.
Yeah. The thing about that is with contact cement is you brush it on and you let it dry to where it's tacky to the touch, and then you press the pieces together. If you use glue, it squeezes out, and that's just where you got to
Right.
clean up. Yeah. Uh,
I did not know that.
yeah. Now it's not a secret. I've got the Rocky belt, which I put in the shadow box. I got the trunks. I've added the trunks to the shadow box.
Oh, nice.
But I saw somebody posted something in one of the groups where Mustafa Sain has come out with a Thunderlips belt.
Oh, really?
Yes, I don't know what he wants for it, but I've added that to my list. Let me see if I can pull it up here and let's see. There it is
Oh, wow.
That is nice.
in the flesh, baby. But I've added that to my list, and that'll be one of my. I got my must-have belts list, and then this is like the additional. I'm gonna run down my list of what I want, my belt wish list. I got to cross off the Luger US because I got that. Uh, I've got a Texas Heavyweight Championship, World Class Texas Heavyweight Championship, but the plates are not the right size, so I'm gonna sell that and get me a new one. I'm also going to finish off the World Class Collection with the WCCW Light Heavyweight Championship, which is a beautiful belt.
That's
Uh,
one that is really, really. I've hardly ever seen pictures of that one.
yeah,
I don't.
I've seen the real one. I've got pictures of the real one.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember you said it was kept on the floor.
Yeah, it was on the display floor, and somebody, Dave Miller, he had a live broadcast the other night in the Championship Built Brothers. He was on there for like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, showing. He's got a whole room with different promotions, replica belts, memorabilia. He's got David Von Erich's trunks he got from Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. But
Wow.
he mentioned that Eric Embry loaned that light heavyweight belt to the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, which is the one I saw. I thought they owned it, but it was on loan. Let me see if I can find that picture. Let me see if it's up on my computer. I'll show it to you.
I like that belt.
The plating's come off of it. I deleted it off here, but let me see if I can add it back. Just a second.
Sorry, guys, for the weird camera angle.
Oh,
I
it's all right. It's all right.
gotta fix
Let me see if I
attach
still
these
have it.
snaps real quick. Put it back. But that's how I feel about my Smoky Mountain. It's oversized. I'd like to sell it and get another one that's the actual size, but it has to equal like like I have specific things about the Smoky Mountain belt that
Oh, there it is.
But I
Okay.
know the original Smoky Mountain didn't have paint on the side plates.
Yeah.
On the one
There it
with
is.
the yeah.
The plating's come off of it. The
Now
plating, the paint.
was that a big main plate? Like how
I
big was
can't
that main
remember.
plate?
I didn't get down low enough. It was sitting practically on the floor. Uh, that was the best angle I could get, but it was a nice sized belt.
It is.
Somebody said that who was that held that belt? That's such a big guy, but said this was a full size belt for a light heavyweight. I mean, it's like a full heavyweight title size, but it's a beautiful design, especially if it's got the plating on it, the nickel on it.
Yeah, I like
But
that.
I want to add this to my collection as well as the world class 6-man tag. And then
I'm a,
those are my must-haves I have left. So after I get those, I'll be done. So what I want to get after that, which will fill out the cubes, is a winged eagle, which I actually have a set on the way. By the way, I made a deal with a maker on those. I'm gonna get two, re-leather both, and sell one of them and give him the money. Uh, IWGP V4, WBC World Boxing Championship, old school NWA tag, the cast belts,
oh yeah, I want one of those real
uh,
bad.
and then the United National cast belt. That's the one that David Von Erich held over there. They called it the All Asian title,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one he had when he died. I think he had held that. Oh yeah, he did. I think Dave Miller told this story. He said that apparently there was a match right before he left for Japan on that ill-fated trip where Michael Hayes was the champion for they call it the All Asian title, and David Von Erich beat him. It was not a planned match. It wasn't on the card, but David Von Erich beat Michael Hayes for that title, became the champion because he was going over to Japan. He's going to take that belt back. So that's how they worked that out. And he gets over there and he dies. So
Mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's and the really sad thing is like, what could have been with David Von Erich.
Oh,
I
David.
mean, he was destined. I don't know if he was going to be a permanent fixture as an NWA champion.
yeah,
Um, I know at that point in time, the territories, Jim Crockett hadn't taken, full control of the NWA belt at that point in time. But man, you know, just the what ifs with
I would love
especially
to. See,
him, because out of and I'm sorry, buddy, what'd you say? You kind of
I
broke
would love
up.
to. I would love to see David against Magnum.
oh yeah, for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of what ifs there. What if David hadn't died?
there's
What if
no,
Magnum hadn't had the car wreck? Who else? There's been a lot of people die that were supposedly going to be world champions.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah. Well, I think Magnum for sure,
Gino
because he
Hernandez.
was Sting got his spot.
yeah,
Yes.
Gino,
definitely. Yeah,
Gino was another one.
Gino. That was another. Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
trying to think of.
Ma Magnum for sure, because everything that was going to happen for him happened for Sting.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
when it was said and done, they, I mean, they didn't have anybody to. They had to wait. But see, that happened to Knicks. Yes, and it didn't. That was another what, 4 years before Sting could come in and actually do anything. Of course, you had Ricky Steamboat come in there, and I think Dusty Rhodes and Ron Garvin each held the belt, and the rest of the time it was Flair. But when Ron Garvin got the belt, that was supposed to be um, no, wait. That was 87. 86 when Dusty won the belt. That was supposed to have been Magnum's trial run,
Hmm.
and
Wow.
he was in the accident, and they thought maybe he would be able to come back, and they were trying to work an angle where I want to say Tully Blanchard and JJ Dillon and attacked him or whatever. And Dusty came out to save him with a baseball bat. But it just the lost potential, like you said, man, because and this is nothing against Kerry Von Erich or anything, but he was not David. You know what I mean? David was
Mhm.
Well, he had the
far
athleticism.
superior.
He just didn't have the. Well, he had charisma. He just didn't have the personality. He
No,
didn't.
well,
He wasn't
that
good on the
and
mic.
he wasn't good on the mic,
Kevin,
and well, Kerry wasn't really interested in leaving Texas,
Yeah.
whereas David was already, getting world renowned. He had been outside of Texas. He'd been to Florida and Georgia and Japan, and he was basically being groomed, to be the first Von Erich world champion.
Mhm.
And it's just a shame. And I know the story that was given was, he had sepsis or something like that. But also I've heard that, behind the scenes that there was a big cleanup of his hotel room before um,
Yeah, that was the rumor.
the press got there and saw everything. All I can say is the rest of the Von Erich kids all had issues with
Yeah,
partying,
yeah.
and could it have been? Man, I don't know. I just know David would have been the one.
Ric
He would
Flair
have.
said on his podcast about a week ago. It's on YouTube somewhere. There's a clip of it. He said that David Von Erich was taking some type of medication for the stomach pain, and I guess was, and don't quote me on this. I'm trying to remember how this was said, but said he had alcohol and some kind of medication, and it didn't mix well. I
That's all
can't.
it takes, man.
Yeah,
One bad mixture.
yeah.
And I've had friends who I don't have friends, because they're gone, who were partying one night and decided, hey, I'm going to eat this pill and drink on top of it, and they didn't wake up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for
And there was
David,
another
man.
wrestler, I think it was Black Bart, that said that basically David aspirated. That's what killed him, was he aspirated. So I don't know. The official autopsy report said he died from the intestinal
Mhm.
Yeah.
inflammation, which made
Uh,
sense. But I'm not a doctor.
well, the thing is like, we'll never know the truth. That's like,
No.
we know Bruiser Brody was stabbed. We do know who stabbed Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
We don't know what led up to it. And everybody that was there, including Tony Atlas, have their stories.
Yeah.
We'll never know the truth
No.
because it's 30 years ago and it was hush hush, cleaned up and everything else.
We just know what happened. We don't know what caused it. We
Yeah.
just know what led it or what happened. Uh, the Dark Side of the Ring episode was pretty interesting on Bruiser Brody because Dutch Mantel wasn't in the locker room when it happened. He was in the dugout watching the matches. He came in after it happened. Uh, Tony Atlas, listened to him tell his side of the story, and the sad part of that story was he was trying to get him out, get him to the hospital. He had to pick him up, carry him to the ambulance.
Yeah.
Bruiser Brody's not a small guy, but Tony Atlas
No.
isn't either. But he said he had to
Tony
pick him up, and he rode with him to the hospital.
Tony
And then,
Atlas is still a monster.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
still huge. And he's
I've
still
seen him in
fast.
person. Yeah, he's huge. He came here and wrestled our high school gym with Kerry Von Erich, and my dad was a volunteer firefighter at the time, and that they were here to help raise money for equipment for the fire department. So I got front row tickets, which is how I took those really nice pictures. And Tony Atlas was there, and my dad walked up to him. I think it was after the match and said, "Hey, Tony, can I get a picture of you picking up my son like you're going to body slam him?" I didn't even know this had happened until after the fact. And Tony said, "I don't even show up anywhere for less than $100, so needless to say, I didn't get my picture."
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
those wrestlers hustled. I know Abdullah the Butcher was that way because he hustled me out of $10 for a picture, which I had already paid for. But to me, it was worth it because he's a legend.
Mhm.
I wasn't very
I
happy
had
about that,
Boogie.
but
I had Boogeyman try to hustle me. We went down there and I refereed for his show, and that was awesome and everything. Well, they had a 50-50 drawing, and I won. And I had already bought like t-shirt. I bought like 2 masks, and because Boogie Woogie's wife makes masks and gear and stuff. So I bought a couple of the masks, and I got a Boogie Woogie Man t-shirt. And he's like, after I won the money, he's like, "Oh, come on over here and check out, the t-shirts and all this stuff." I was like, "Boogie, I've already spent like, so much money with you." He's like, "But you know what you don't have? You don't have this book. Now let me show you this book." Okay, this book he was trying to sell it to me for twenty
Did he
dollars.
give you a kiss? Because he
This book,
kisses everybody.
no, this is COVID,
He
so
grab you by
Jimmy
the
had
face
it.
and
Yeah,
kiss you. I used to
no,
like that.
he had his mask on and stuff. It was during COVID. Now this is not a
Oh,
book.
okay.
This is a pamphlet.
Let
Okay,
me pull that up. Hold a second. Okay.
Oh wow.
it's very thin, but Jimmy, it's a book, and this is
Blueprint
what
to
you
become a pro
need.
wrestler.
Yeah, Blueprint to Become a Pro Wrestler by Jimmy Valiant.
Yeah, that
Now,
must have been back when he was handsome Jimmy Valiant because
yes.
yeah, he would have been a bad
Now
guy.
now it's autographed. That's his
Cool.
autograph on it and
Cool.
everything. But the the bad thing was after I'm there, I'm like, Jimmy's like he's trying to get me to buy more stuff and he's trying to hustle me. And I'm like, Jimmy, man, I said, despite the fact that, I won this money, basically I'm broke because, you've already got the majority of it. And he's like, well, if you're going to try to be a wrestler, you need this book. I said, buddy, I'm just trying to be a referee. He said, well, if you're going to try to be a referee, you need this book. I'm like, all right. I was like, Boogie, he's like, $20. And I was like, Boogie, I said, I don't have $20. I was like, I got 10. And I said, I got 10 left. And he's like, for you today only, $10. $10. Needless to say, as you can see, I got the stupid book.
Dark Journey is a friend of mine on Facebook, and she posted the pay sheets for the wrestlers back in Mid South for fee shows. And I kind of see why they hustle everybody. They didn't get paid very much.
No,
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 no.
and you got to think too, how much of that actually got spent back into gas,
Yeah,
hotels,
right.
and
They had to
food,
pay their own way.
Yeah.
yeah. So, none of them, a lot of them didn't know how to manage their money. A lot of them didn't know to save their receipts.
I've I've heard Arn Anderson
For
talk. They had to drive. They had to
taxes
drive themselves.
Yeah,
Show to show.
get their own hotels.
because,
They didn't
they were
stay in the
paying.
nicest hotels. They stayed in like Motel 6 or what's that other one? I
Yeah,
can't think
they'd
of it.
stay wherever they could,
Yeah,
wherever and they could get the cheapest deal. That wasn't, so flea bag. But
and they
they,
share room too, just to split the cost.
oh yeah, it was sometimes, you'd have 2 or 3 guys in a room,
Yeah, and they
sometimes
carpool. They,
4.
they carpooled a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I do that now. We do that around here. There's no sense in driving 1,600 vehicles to a show that
right,
everybody's going to be at when you can pile 4 or 5 people in the same vehicle
right.
and go. Now, sometimes that can be. Mm, a little bit frustrating depending on who you ride with, but I've been fortunate enough to not be stuck with those
Yeah,
cats. You know what I mean? But I hear complaints from other people.
yeah. But I saw on the pay sheet some of those wrestlers. I think she got paid like $300 for one show, and like the champion, whoever the North American champion was, got like 1 or 2 grand, and everybody else got $200 or $300.
Yeah, I saw one where it was like Harley Race and Mil Mascaraz, and they did an hour Broadway, and they for that night they both got like $2,500, and this is in 1980.
Yeah,
So you figure, $2,500 then was, a lot more worth a lot more than what it is now.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And you can just imagine that's just one night, and they were working 6 nights a week sometimes.
yeah.
Um,
Hardly ever home.
of
Always on the
course,
road.
the more money, the more you work, yeah, the more you work, the more you got paid.
Yeah. We'll take one more opportunity to remind everybody of our
I wish it
sponsors
was like
here.
that now.
Unique Spirit. They're responsible. I'm going to show this one more time. This one is the giveaway belt. Unique Spirit made that. Leather by Mark Leather.
Beautiful,
There it
beautiful.
is.
Yeah, that strap's nice, man.
Very
I
proud of that.
really,
Very
really
proud of
like
that.
that.
But they sponsor the show along with Mark Leather, who did the leather on this strap. Again, one of these belts is for sale, and then the Luger US is for sale. So if you're interested in that, hit me up after the show, or you can be during the show. I'll answer any requests after the show. Otherwise, I'm going to post them in the Wide World of Belts Friday sales post tomorrow, and see what we get out of that. But on that sales post, I know I've opened up the group to more makers than what I used to. I was just going to limit it to just a few trusted makers, but you just can't beat them off with a stick. So I got a few more other makers joining the group. Uh, on the giveaway, the makers are not going to be eligible for the giveaway for obvious reasons. But I've had some that were posting for sale their merchandise on the page. I don't allow that except on the Friday post. So if you're a maker and you're in the group and you're watching this, you can only post your belts for sale in the Friday sales group. So keep that in mind. That goes for everybody. No sales allowed except for the Friday sales post. I limit mine to the Friday sales post, so I'm leading by example. Uh, but I also want to remind everybody, if you have friends that are into belt collecting or interested in the hobby, may not have a belt, would love to have them join the group. Uh, maybe we can inspire them or give them some direction on where to go to get belts. There's a pin post in the group, a guide to the belt hobby to tell you kind of who to avoid, who you can trust. Of course, that was run by a different admin before that was kind of partial. They got some new admins in there now that are doing a better job. I know there's still some issues there, but uh, that's a pretty good guide if you want to try to avoid getting scammed. Uh, Always use references. You know, people in the hobby know people, so if you don't know somebody, try to find somebody that knows them, that knows it's trustworthy, because a lot of people getting scammed out there. It's just an epidemic in the hobby. People like to scam. Uh,
Yes.
I've heard of stories where a guy would trade belts with another
Feel
guy.
free to tag us and tag us in the group.
Yeah, yeah. If you see a belt for sale and you don't know the guy, yeah, tag somebody. Me, James, Lane. Uh, Surely we know somebody that might know that person.
Yeah.
Knows if they're, and sometimes they'll tag themselves. They'll say, "Hey, I need a reference check on
Yeah.
myself." Uh,
Definitely.
Or if you don't know who to trust as far as makers,
yeah,
and you have a question, by all means, ask it in the group and say, hey, Mark, or hey, James, or whoever,
yeah,
ask, because we can say, hey, I know for a fact that so and so is trustworthy. I've dealt with them. And I know for a fact this person is trustworthy. I've dealt with
yeah.
them. You know, um,
I
it,
myself stick to trusted makers. Uh, I've never bought a used belt from anybody that I know of, anyway. But for a private sale, you want to get references. Yeah, Ben said it right. Never be afraid to ask for references, no matter who it is,
Huh.
because we learned
exactly.
the hard way that there's some high profile people in the hobby that were not trustworthy after it all came out in the open. And there's some screenshots that were released tonight of one of those, so they will go unnamed. But uh, if you have any questions, ask. If I don't know the answer, I'll refer you to somebody that does have the answer. Ben Walker's a good source. Jermaine Floyd is a good source. Carmine Sabia is a good source. Uh, there's some others I can't think of off the top of my head. I know Dustin King. Dustin King's a good one. Uh,
Yes.
so you can either buy it from them or get a good reference from them. If they might not be, different makers do different things. They make the same belt different ways. So if one maker doesn't make it right, you can go to another one. That shop around. Don't be afraid to shop around.
Yeah. And compare pricing. If somebody
Yeah,
makes you an offer, and they're for a fact they're a trusted maker, and somebody makes you a counter offer, and hey, they can make it just as well or even better for cheaper, then of course go, do your due diligence, excuse me.
yeah, yeah.
And just, don't be afraid to ask us, because we all of us have preferred makers that we've dealt with,
Hmm.
and for the most part trust. I've dealt with a few of them. Can honestly say, knock on wood, that even with He Who Shall Not Be Named, I was not ripped off.
I got lucky too there. So
So I've been fortunate, but the makers that I've dealt with and the people that I've dealt with as far as their makers are concerned, I can definitely steer you in the right direction. Safe is safe, and your money is your money, and it's hard earned. And I know even losing $20 hurts my wallet. I can imagine losing a few hundred or even a few thousand in belts over somebody's greed. So, be careful. Ask us. Just
right.
ask.
And I will go on record here to say that some makers aren't scammers, but they're very poor as far as customer service. There's no communication. You do get your belt. It may take a while, so you want to kind of be aware of that too. I'm not sitting there condemning those people because some work slower than others. Some have a higher customer demand than others. But there are some of those out there. You can't blanket label everybody as a scammer, but there are
Well,
some
just
people you
because
need to
somebody doesn't
avoid.
give you an update every other day does not mean that you're being ripped off.
Right,
And that's
right,
that's unfortunate that some people can't understand that.
yeah,
Like, I know whenever I have gotten one, I don't like to bother the maker or the middleman. Now, after so long, I'm like, hey, haven't heard anything. What's the deal with, you got any picks, whatever? Please send me, because I've never had to ask for updates with the people that I've dealt with. So
yeah,
that's one thing that I can, honestly say everybody that I've dealt with has sent me without prompt
yeah.
pictures and updates and everything. So
I, yeah, patience is the key. Also, yeah, you're not going to order a belt tomorrow and get one next week. It's just not going to happen.
no.
Uh,
And some people think just because you turn your order in and you pay for it, that the very next day that the maker is going to start making your stuff.
right.
And it doesn't happen that way. Once again, we've talked about this, how they make belts and batches.
Yeah,
If you want an intercontinental, well, that's great, but he's not going to start intercontinentals for another 2 weeks because he's still got to finish the batch of winged eagles that he's doing. So, that's another thing. Or even worse, let's say you want something that's a little bit obscure, that's like the Georgia TV title, right? And, there's not a big demand for those. So you're not going to get put on a queue until
yeah,
down the line, until he fills up all the TV titles and all the winged eagles and all the dome globes and all the ones that are actually in higher demand. So you try to be patient with when you're dealing with these makers, because they will make your belt.
yeah,
Just because it's not in the time frame that you think that it should be does not mean that they're ripping you off.
yeah.
That's not the case at all. You just
Same
have to
goes for
be
leather
patient.
guys. Same goes for leather guys, and I include myself in that group. Be patient. I have a growing waiting list, which is something I'm not used
Yes.
to, and I've fallen a little bit behind, partially because I got COVID, partially because I kind of got sidelined with this giveaway belt. But it does take time, and
Well,
I'm getting back
you
on
have a life
track.
on
And
top of it too.
yeah, yeah, this is not my main job. I have a full time job. My kids have school activities, but this is the side hustle I chose, so I got to deal with it. But I've been very, very fortunate that I've had some patient customers. I've had customers that sit there and say, "Hey, take your time, do whatever you need." But I don't like work sitting there waiting to be done. I'd like to get it done. So, uh, but that's something that you'll run into different things with different leather makers. Some are faster than the others because some have more business than others, and just different things that go into that. So it's a custom deal. Leather
Yep.
work is not you cut out a strap, stamp it, and send it out. It takes time to do the stamping, to do the gluing, to do the screwing of the plates on the strap,
Well,
and
I'm sure some of these people don't realize. I think, some of these people think you have this big press. You can just put the leather in there and pull a lever,
you
and
can
it
for some
presses it and
things, but
cuts
for
it.
like edge tooling, no, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't.
No,
Uh,
yeah, but they don't. That and once again, they don't understand the process. That, that it actually, you have to put your hands on every time you take that mallet and that press and tack it. You know what I mean? You have to do that one at a time every time.
each one of these X's is one stamp. I have
Oh,
to pound each one of these in and go all the way around. It takes time.
mm,
Now, some people, some leather makers, I I suspect may have a stand for the snap box. I don't. This is hand tooled. This takes time also. First of all, you have to draw it out, and then you have to take a swivel knife and cut around it so you can tool it. So it takes me a full day or two just to get a stamp box or snap box just cut designed before I even do the stamping. So, yeah, Nora, it does take time. You can find some alternatives that are cheaper and faster, but you may lose quality in that. So
Yeah, I'd much rather have somebody that's willing
Yeah.
to take the time. I'm willing to wait on something if I know it's going to turn out
Mhm.
Yeah.
exactly the way I want it, then it's worth the wait.
But if you're on my
And
list, I'm going to get to you. I had a couple of people, I guess, back out for one reason or another. They want to wait. They didn't tell me. You're next on the list, and they didn't respond. So I do have cancellations every once in a while. I can probably bump some people up on the list. If I can get a belt that's going to be quicker, I'll jump on it real quick. I try to do it in the order I get them, but if I can get a belt out quicker, I'll jump on that one first. So I got to quit doing that because I want to be fair to everybody. But if
Well,
you're on my list, please be patient. Reach out to me if you have questions. Uh, but I think we're about to wrap this up. We're close to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and I'm getting kind of low on my iPad. So
Okay. All right.
yeah,
that's great, though.
It was a good show, guys. I really enjoyed it.
I did too. I have.
But
Yeah,
I want to
sorry
remind
I was
everybody to
late,
join us
guys.
next week. We have a referee, another referee. So that should be pretty interesting. And he's also from Oklahoma, which is really cool. So
Awesome.
all other side of Oklahoma. I've never met the guy, but I look forward to talking to him. But join us for that and more belt talk. And we'll see y'all next week. James, Lane, thank you for joining.
yep.
See
See
y'all.
you guys next week.
Y'all take
Bye,
y'all.
guys.
See y'all next